Welcome to Spiritually Area. Welcome me, welcome you, and if you know, welcome and welcome back. I'm Lee Area, spiritual guide is here to guide us. If you don't know, you will, so stay tuned. Contact information about me is listed below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Y'all, so this is just off what I've been watching and binge watching. For the past week I've been watching The Walking Dead, which I know is late, is old. But like I said, I love being a late bloomer. Catching on late to shit because it just ends up being a confirmation for a lot of shit that already happened. But I forgot I'm watching it right now, as y'all can hear it. Y'all, it's just so crazy. Cause how coincidentally, you know what I'm saying? How the names and everything, the characters and all that, how they match up, it's just crazy, y'all. But I'm on, I think, season 4 or 6. I think it's 4. But I just came on here to get this message to say, like, it's just so scary how people really do not change. You know what I'm saying? They don't change. They don't change themselves. They just change victims. You know what I'm saying? Change people. They can just, go tell a new story to. You know what I'm saying? Without the idea or the mindset that their past will catch up to them or the truth will come out. You know what I'm saying? And if you know, you know. My favorite characters in The Walking Dead is Rick, Carl. You know, the essential characters, and Michonne. I think Michonne. That's, I think, her name, or whatever the case. But anyway, the character that I dislike, his name is Philip. Oh my good, y'all. Anyway, he was the governor in here, whatever. That was the part he played. So mind y'all, it is a zombie, a motherfucking coplets or whatever. I hope I'm saying it right. But yeah, you would think that motherfuckers would have grace or show, compassion to the humans that are still alive, But no, it's motherfuckers out here that really just try to just still want control, like living this anarchy ass mindset, or just to have power, They don't know what share is. They don't know what civilization is. But mind you, this the governor. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he even stole that spot from a motherfucker to even be there. But anyway, let me just break it down, the storyline. He had this whole little civilization of people that he was leading. I wish I could see my hands because he was leading. You know what I'm saying? But really not, because he was just lying, feeding them shit, telling them what they wanted to hear, because he's in his head, everybody loves a hero. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you do it, whatever the case, right or wrong, everybody loves a hero. So whatever you feed them, they gonna believe it. You know what I'm saying? That's why people with discernment have to be like on 10, because motherfuckers that come to you, like I said, with a sob story, not knowing that you're gonna be their next motherfucking victim. You know what I'm saying? They telling you that just to get in or have their way, and you to be on their side on some shit. But anyway, it came down to him coming against Rick or whatever, because Rick them stood for what's right. He was already hiding the fact that he was keeping motherfuckers against their will, like forcing motherfuckers to be on his side on some shit. So when he was losing, he ended up losing against Rick or whatever. Rick didn't stand down. He ended up losing the battle, basically. His own plan went against him, type shit. So, what he do? Lie, to keep it going, to have motherfuckers on his side. Motherfuckers even turning. He getting mad because he lost. Motherfuckers not, doing what he want them to do. Tell me why his whole little army, he take them out on some shit, like, just to start over. Like, it's pointless, you know what I'm saying? He looked at them like they was useless after using them, after putting them in harm's way and shit like that. And he found a new camp. This is where I'm at right now. He found a new camp, new place, new people on some shit. He basically told him new lie. He changed his name on some shit, said his name was Brian. Mind you, he had a daughter, whatever. The reason why he was out for revenge, because he got his eye fucking taken out, like on some shit, because he was lying and he was doing some other dark shit, but unbeknownst to the people that was there. Mind you, it's a zombie apocalypse, so motherfuckers are actually killing these zombies, so they won't come back. He keeping them motherfuckers alive as souvenir, dwelling and fantasize. I don't know what the fuck, just weird shit, daydreaming, all type of shit. Then tell everybody that he kept a motherfucker, the zombie, his daughter alive. That was a zombie. So the girl Mashawn, she had ended up finding it because she was against whatever he was doing, because he had ended up putting a spell, like a love spell, for her friend Andrea. Mashawn was trying to tell Andrea, like, it's not what it is with the whoop. I knew you was stuck and with the whoop, but Andrea had to find out for herself. She no longer with them on some shit, or there, like it. She got X'd out on some shit because she didn't listen. But Andrea ended up going against her, Mashawn, because she ended up sleeping with the governor on some shit too. So, like I said, she was under his spell. Anyway, Mashawn found the girl, his daughter, that was still a zombie. She killed him out of spite, but really, just not to keep her alive, because she was dangerous at the end of the day. He was just keeping her around because that's his daughter on some shit, and it was crazy. So he was really out for revenge for that, because his eye was gone, and then she killed his daughter. Andrea still believed that it could be like, kumbaya shit with the whoop. But nah, he was like really out for revenge. Time, fast forward. They went their separate ways. Rick them had still stayed where they was staying at, even after Philip, the governor, he waged war on the fucking prison where they was staying at. He lost, but he went through his own little sort of, I guess, karma, you could say, whatever the case. But like I said, before all that, he killed his own people, the whole motherfucker people, everybody that waged war against Rick on some shit, just to leave it down to 3 people, in his circle. Fast forward, like I said, he went through his little karma, whatever, alone, shit like that. He go find a new family. You know what I'm saying? Telling them lies and shit. Like, he changed his name, so his name wasn't Philip, it was Brian. So, he gained their trust on some shit, helping them out and shit like that. The girl, it was 2 girls and the father and some shit like that. He was helping the father, and then he gained his trust. And then the daughters, follow suit type shit, looking at him like he's a father figure. One of the girls ended up falling in love with him too. Well, not technically, but really. And she had a daughter, which they both favored, like, his wife and his daughter. So it was like he couldn't resist, because he was actually trying to relive the past. Like, he was living through motherfuckers to, he delusional on some shit. Like, he wants to, he in denial. I don't think he accepted that the fact they're dead. He says it, but his action shows otherwise. So anyway, he lied to them, telling them. Then he ended up finding Rick again. He always knew what Rick was, but he ended up camping like side by side by Rick on some shit, and he was just saying like, he was telling them all type of lies on some shit, not knowing that he already fought this person. He was telling them shit like as if something was new, or like, and lying about the situation, like that he was playing victim, basically, like for motherfuckers' sympathy. Saying like it just don't make sense, like it ain't fair that they living in peace and we have to kill. Like, he was telling the people that they living in peace and we keep having to bury people as if it was Rick's fault that the people that he loved was dying. But he was really putting the motherfuckers in harm's way, trying to come up against Rick, who, like I said, morally conducted person, who stands for what's right. He's a police officer at that. Like, right is right, wrong is wrong. But he ain't tell them that. So he told them he was the reason that his daughter died. Not, she was already dead, quote unquote. But and then said he was the reason why he didn't have his place no more. But really, he burnt that motherfucker down to the ground himself. Like after he had, because he couldn't return after killing everybody. One of the persons, see, that's what I'm saying. When he did that with the intent that he was going to get away. One person survived that to tell Rick them what happened. So it wasn't like he was like kept covering up his tracks, y'all. It was just crazy, and it was pissing me off. Like, I'm just so glad he just not in the he out of the motherfucking script, because it just pissed me off. So anyway, he came back. He promised the people that he was gonna find him a home, which the home was Rick's or some shit. Like he basically gonna come back and take it from Rick, basically. So another war for what? So, and then what's crazy, the people that he treated wrong in his civilization, because he was doing shit there. Like, he never changed. Like, he killed like soldiers in that camp on some shit to be in lead. Even used a motherfucker to go against everything. Like, he killed one of the partners, then was threatening the other one. Like, get with the program, get down and lay down type shit. And the other person did it. He even had a chance. When they went back to Rick, he even had a chance to redeem himself. You know, on some shit. Like, because Rick was like, any one of y'all come back, come past the fence, y'all one of us. Because he basically telling them, like, it ain't gonna end well, basically. Like, we not backing down, we not stepping down type shit. He already know what it's gonna be, so that made him mad, like the devil, you know what I'm saying, when you don't surrender, to what he wants, even though he know he a motherfucking lie and he don't bargain. So he got mad and killed the hostage that he took. Like, he took Michonne and Herschel or some shit from Rick without them knowing. That's how he even came back to even have that talk, like, to let Rick know that it's going to be another war. So when he was saying all that and shit, and Rick was, saying what he needed to say on some shit, like, look, we can live together, we come back from this, we can do this, do that. Dude did not want to bargain, and he was mad that Rick was like, he not gonna back down, or you not gonna make him run type shit just because you got a whole army, more ammo, all this shit, more people and shit like that. It don't matter. We just gonna fight to the death type shit. That made him mad, so he killed Herschel, which angered everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was just a whole motherfucking war. But anyway, in the midst of that, the two people that because he told the girl that with the daughter, he told her, because he thought, he looked at her like his wife on some shit, and the daughter she had was his daughter. So like I said, he's trying to live through his life through other motherfuckers, not in denial. So he was like, y'all two the only people I'm living for or doing this for type shit, whoop the whoop. But in the midst of him waging war with Rick, a zombie ended up getting the girl daughter. So it was just like, you're not gonna never prosper or live, be at peace when you're trying to do some fucked up shit. Like, you know what I'm saying, to another motherfucker. Even Herschel said that. He was like, if you have a daughter on some shit, then you understand, what it takes to protect. But how can you say that when you have a daughter of your own, but you're trying to hurt another person's daughter, And then he said, because they not mine on some shit. So it's like his loyalty is with who. And it was like, for all mine, I lay yours type shit. That's what family means to them, him type shit. Which is, I feel like blood don't make you family, loyalty do, whatever. But anyway, y'all, it was just crazy. It was crazy. I was just, But the wicked never wins, and that's just what it bars down to, and I can't stress this enough, And I love that when people do evil, wicked shit, that they think they're gonna get away with it, or it's just would never come to the light of day, or just they won't get their karma or judgment on some shit, or just there isn't no God. But anyway, he got killed with the sword, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Michonne sword at that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't how the details in this show. It's just, just gotta clock it. It's just, yeah. If the sword is the truth, you know what I'm saying? The way don't hate. But anyway, he died. Yeah. She killed him right in the heart, sliced his ass, because he almost had Rick. Like, he was straight on top of Rick. Like, Rick didn't have no fighting chance, but he fought. You know what I'm saying? But God, You know what I'm saying? But God, when the devil think he got you right where he wants you, or when he think he's going to have you, that's when God shows up. You know what I'm saying? And that's my word. When don't give up. You know what I'm saying? If there's even one fighting chance, fight. You know what I'm saying? Or a 1% chance. Give your motherfucking all. Don't give up. Cause there's a lot of shit that would just come like, he had a evil motherfucking. I'm trying to see what's the that dude. I forgot the man name in the Bible. Who the Lord hardened his heart, like he wouldn't let Joseph pass, or not Joseph. Forgive me. But anyway, that's who he was acting like. Like, his heart was so heavy, you know what I'm saying? And it was just, And I just feel for Rick. Oh my god, y'all. But I love this show. And I knew I would have, I would. Like, when it was popping back then, this was aired 2011. When it was aired then, it was like, I just knew I wouldn't. And it's crazy how that was, like how life was at the time. Like, I seen it, like I peeped it, like I knew when everybody else was watching it on some shit. I just didn't find that it was my time. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing that I like intentionally knew or consciously knew. I just didn't watch it, and I'm glad I'm watching it now because like I can sit back and analyze and actually piece shit together. Because it's 11 seasons and I'm only on 4th. So yeah, y'all, that's all I have to say, because it's like, that's crazy. That's why I say this all the time though. Like, you have to be really discerning with who coming to you with side stories, because like I said, and I made another one about integrity. It said be responsible for the energy you put out, into this world. And what else I say on that post? It was like, some people don't need protection. You know what I'm saying? And it's deeper than that. Like, when I say shit, it sometimes have a double meaning. Most times, like, people don't understand I'm a parable, like in human form. But anyway, yeah, like some people don't need protection, and some people won't tell you they protected just to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where integrity come in. As like, one, don't be eager to jump like in front of a bullet, whether it's your partners or the enemies. You know what I'm saying? That's where all angles, you have to look at that shit, like, for real, all aspects. Trust your intuition and your gut. Stand for what's right, and have discernment and your own discernment at that. You know what I'm saying? To move accordingly. Okay. And on what you stand for.
That's good. Now I have a question. Who's gonna open the wine?
But yes, y'all. Until next time. Bye.